The 2024 SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup is proudly brought to you by SunBet, Red Square, Bridgestone, the tyre of choice, and Kawasaki, South Africa. As the engines roared to life at Red Star Raceway, anticipation crackled in the air, signalling the start of round 1 of the 2024 SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup. The challenging twists and turns of the track stood ready to test the mettle of the 31 rider-strong lineup. With new riders joining the fray for 2024, such as AJ Venter and multiple South African champion Clint Sa, the 2024 SunBet Masters ZX10 Cup is going to be more fierce and competitive than ever before. The day began with a brisk breeze dancing through the air, promising a cool morning, but as the sun climbed higher, its rays grew stronger, casting a warm glow over the track and igniting anticipation for what was to come. With Friday's 3 qualifying sessions done and dusted, riders prepared themselves and their Kawasaki ZX10R machines for Saturday morning's final qualifying session before the 2 races of the day. A little bit of chit-chat then in the mornings, as always in the SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup amongst the riders before they prepare for their qualifying session, their final of the day. Lady rider Nicole van Astviaken cleaning her beautiful Kawasaki ZX10R machine as she prepares to head out for qualifying on brand new Bridgestones, as all the riders are on, being the tyre of choice in the 2024 Kawasaki SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup. Riders and mechanics then fitting brand new sets of Bridgestone R11s to their Kawasaki machines in anticipation for the first qualifying session of the day. Only one set, as per regulations and rules, are allowed for Saturday's qualifying and 2 races. So that the pressure was definitely on them, and the pressure was palpable, not just in the Bridgestone tyres, but also on the riders, as this marked the first round of 10 for 2024. A lot of the riders are unfortunate enough to have their own mechanic and therefore have to fit the tyres themselves, as showcased here by Panaganapathy. A little bit of late prep going on before qualifying by Han McMahon, who is cutting something obviously. And final preparations underway. The final checks, final setup, more vital than ever, as showcased here by newcomer for the year, AJ Venter. Identical Bridgestone tyres then fitted to pretty much identical Kawasaki ZX10R motorbikes. Kawasaki is obviously the weapon of choice in the SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup. As spectators started flooding through the gates to marvel at the 31 riders taking to the track on their identical machines, the hype was building, the tension was building for the first round of the SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup of 2024. The SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup comprises of 3 categories, being the Masters, Grandmasters and Veterans. A welcome return for Henk Skalen, one of our veteran riders, who was unfortunately sidelined towards the back end of 2023 due to injury with a nasty crash. So different year models of Kawasaki ZX10R machines then, different year models of riders as well, all ready to take to the track for their final qualifying of Saturday's action. Ian Harwood also very excited to get the day underway, as you can see here. For round 1, the SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup riders were also then joined by the Samurai NSF 100 riders, the youth and the stars of tomorrow. Track time kindly sponsored by SunBet Cares for Friday and Saturday track time. So from the stars of today to the stars of tomorrow, we caught up with Clint Sa. Clint Sa on a Kawasaki, on your beautiful King Price Extreme Kawasaki there, racing in the SunBet Masters ZX10 Cup. How's it going so far?
Yeah, pretty good. We hadn't really done too many laps up until today, probably a handful of laps. So getting some laps in with it, time seemed to be pretty handy, to be honest. So just maintain that way. But yeah, the race is the most important thing. So there's some really cool guys. The vibe in this club is so weird for me because I've raced for nationals for so many years where none of us even talk to each other for the whole weekend. And everyone sort of puts up their hands to help. So it's a cool environment, and hopefully we can put on a show for everyone to watch.
The nerves started kicking in amongst the riders then, because, as we all know, the championship cannot be won in the first round, but it most certainly can be lost. Catonian rider number 78, David Enticott, looking to make his mark on the 2024 SunBet ZX10 season, along with Sifiso Temba, who has been in the Cup now for a couple of years. Mark Newland preparing himself as well just before qualifying. And then you also have Dieter Huisman, number 70, and David Feringa, number 117, pitting together. Good mates off the track. Not so much on the track, as when the visors come down, it's game on, it's game time. We've got Nicole van Aswegen, Keith Agliotti, and Stephen Golgotzi all preparing themselves mentally for qualifying. So let's head out for qualifying then, the final qualifying session of the day before we head into race 1. Out on track then, and after a couple of laps warming those tyres up, warming themselves up, scrubbing those tyres in, those Bridgestone R11 tyres, it was time to set those hot laps. Clinton Sa wasting no time, passing Hein McMahon in qualifying. Cape Tony and Trevor Westman looking very, very good indeed. There you got Tyron Piper, number 45, also making a welcome return after injury. Mark Newland, very stylish as always on his beautiful number 2 Kawasaki ZX10 R machine. Hein McMahon, also one of the most stylish riders out there. Front runner Damien Perificati on his Amalgam Welding Shop and the Left Racing ZX10R, one of the contenders for the overall podium for the day, looking good in qualifying. Number 7 PS Canute, also looking good in qualifying with his striking livery. Definitely one of the best looking liveries on the grid there for PS. And Adi van Dalen, number 469 here, coming up to pass Stephen Golgotzi. AD, also a newcomer to the 2024 SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup, looking very, very good, looking to make his mark in the 2024 championship. It was tight at the end of qualifying between Jason Lamb and Trevor Westman, who were separated by less than 0.2 of a second, showing just how competitive and close the SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup is. Over here we have Renatus van der Kerk being tailed and followed by Hein McMahon and last year's champ Graham from Bidar on the number 1 plate. Good to see number 31 Keith Agliotti out in qualifying on his Ridgeway supported machine after mechanical issues were plaguing him the whole of Friday and Saturday morning. Number 48 Aubrey Murray looking as stylish as ever on his beautiful Kawasaki Ninja ZX10R machine. No, this is not the race. It is in fact qualifying, and here we have number 65 Stewie Christie leading a pack of riders. Number 117 David Feringa looking good on his Wheels Online sponsored ZX10 machine. Newcomer to the series, here we have Christian Carvello, number 88, as well as number 134, that is Michael Lowe, getting quicker and quicker with every passing lap. Here's a better slow-mo of Stewie Christie, number 65, looking as good and sharp as ever with that beautifully designed Era helmet. Last year's champ Graham from Bidar battling a little bit with confidence and setup on his Stefanucci Stocks ZX10R machine. Number 70 Dieter Huisman looking good, setting some competitive lap times here in qualifying. Sifiso Temba battling a little bit after a crash and a little bit of mechanical issues there. Reginald Silden also looking very hot, very spicy in qualifying, setting some impressive lap times, some mid-202s there from Reginald. Definitely a man to watch out for in the race. So is Graham from Bidar, who's going to have his work cut out for him if he is to retain that number 1 plate at the end of 2024. Patna Ganapathy looking forward to the racing action that lies ahead later on in the day. Qualifying done and dusted. Clint Sa pulling into the pits. Stephen Golgotzi pulling into the pits there. The riders, not a lot of time before the race, before the first race of the day. Final preparations need to be done. Final setup needs to be done to make sure that they are in the hunt for those top placings in their respective class, which is A, B, and C. So that is the Masters, the Grandmasters, and finally the Veteran class. As Christian Carvello parks his ZX10 machine back in the pits after qualifying, we caught up with Jason Lamb, a brilliant P4 in qualifying. So we're here with Jason Lamb. Jason, fabulous qualifying from you there before your first race this morning. Let us know sort of expectations. What do you think about the Red Star Raceway track? And just
love it. Love it. Only been here, did a track day here Friday, did a track day here Wednesday. Now we're racing, but love it. I love it both ways. Enjoyed it last year, enjoy it this year. And we'll get stuck in there. I think the first three are a bit too fast for me today, but hopefully we can bang in a fourth. I'll be very happy with that.
Great, best of luck.
Thank you so much.
So then the fourth and final qualifying session done for the weekend. Riders checking those lap times, checking those grid slots, making sure that they are happy with their grid positions. A lot of riders though not really having the luxury there of sitting back, relaxing and checking those times. A lot of work to do in between sessions just before the race, making sure those bikes are prepped and ready. So are those Bridgestone tires, making sure those Bridgestone tires are prepped and ready, pressures are correct. Ian Harwood battling with setup, battling with his machine as well. A little bit of mechanical issues there for Ian. Hopefully he gets that sorted before the first race of the day here at Red Star Raceway for round one of the 2024 SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup. Heading into qualifying then, we caught up with lady rider Nicole van Asvegen, the only lady rider on the grid for the opening round here at Red Star Raceway. We're here with lady rider, the only lady rider in the SunBet ZX10 Cup, Nicole van Asvegen. Nicole, mixing it up with the boys today on your older gen ZX10. Looks like you're having fun. How was qualifying? I mean, you're about to head out for the last race now. So tell us how it went, expectations for the day.
So yeah, qualifying went quite well this morning. Yesterday I was struggling a bit. I have to get used to, like I said, using the clutch and all that stuff on my gear. So I'm struggling a bit, but we qualified 10th and I'm aiming for a top 6 in the race. So let's see how we go.
So let's take a look at the qualifying results then for round one at Red Star Raceway. Clint Sa taking pole position with a 153.479, followed by AJ Fenter in second, Damien Purificati in third, Jason Lamb, Graham from Bidar, Trevor Westman in sixth, Adi van Dalen in seventh, David Enticott, Han McMahon in ninth, Nicole van Asvegen in a brilliant 10th, David Faringa in 11th, and Christian Carvello in 12th. Mark Newland in 13th, followed by Keith Agliotti in 14th, Teddy Brook, Renatus van der Kerk, Reginald Seal, Apana Ganapathy, Byron Rothquell in 19th, Michael Smith 20th, Dieter Huisman 21st, Sifiso Temba, Ian Harwood, and Johan Leroux in 24th place. Stephen Golgotzi in 25th, followed by Piers Canute 26th, Stewie Christie in 27th, Henk Gale in 28th, Aubrey Murray in 29th, Tyron Piper in 30th, and rounding out the grid, Michael Lowe in 31st. The 2024 SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup is proudly brought to you by SunBet, Red Square, Bridgestone, the tyre of choice, and Kawasaki South Africa.